welcome to the Grumpy Old Men podcast. I am Eric.
And I am Tim. And we welcome all y'all that are back joining us again. Anyone new that's watching us, we welcome you, and we invite you to email us, comment on the socials, whatever you want to do. Let us know what you think. Let us know, you like where we're going. Any other things you'd like to hear us talk about or say, just let me know. We've had some good comments on TikTok this week. It's amazing some of the trolls we have, and it's funny.
I don't think Tim's ever going to run out of shit to talk about, but it would be nice to talk about something else. So if you got something else that you want to talk about, I'd love to hear about it. But yeah, go check out our TikTok. Tim has posted some shit that is going to get you and your family killed if you start believing in it.
Oh, it's funny, man. I never understood. I guess I did, but how politics and some of this stuff can get some people so bent. I'm just trying to tell you the truth and tell you some of the stuff that's out there. And again, don't take my word for it. You can do the research yourself. You don't have to believe that way. I'm just laying stuff out, whether you want to believe it or not. But man, it is funny, and I laugh at some of these, some of the comments I get. So I don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of those comments are what get those TikToks to go viral. But even aside from TikTok, but you're right, man. That's why they always say when you go to a party or a first date, don't bring up politics or religion, because you just never know. And yeah, you're bringing up all facts. You're bringing up stuff that's, and we're going to be opinionated about it and sometimes differ, like we did last week.
Hey, that's what it's about. We ain't got to all be on the same side.
Yeah, no, I would gladly debunk everything you say, but unfortunately, when I do my research, none of it gets a whole lot of debunking done. So
yeah, so when the shit hits the fan, don't worry. Eric may show up at the show one day, and I'm not here. So if I'm not here, like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah. Well, when the shit hits the fan, I'm gonna be at the fan, still making like Darth Vader noises, like we did when we were a kid. Into the fan, you just go. Anyway, hey, good news. Next Friday, I believe, the 30th is the first Major League Baseball game of the year. I'm super excited to see my Yankees in action. They will get the Giants at home, which is weird to start it off interleague, but it is what it is. I'm excited for it, man.
What are the projections for the Yankees? Now, I don't watch too much professional baseball anymore. Now, I will watch the playoffs and, of course, the World Series when they come along. Watch a little college baseball. It's funny, last weekend. So my mom and my stepdad are
Auburn givers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're Auburn givers. That. Oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we went to that game, and actually, this weekend I'm going to the Georgia game. So I kind of look forward to that. Auburn's playing Georgia this weekend in Auburn, so
hopefully
I'm gonna go
Georgia
watch some
beats
of
the snot out of them.
Oh, I'm hoping that too, but I can't necessarily sit there and root for them when I'm sitting in a whole bunch of Auburn fans. I got to kind of be quiet.
You can root for whoever you want, man. If they're true family, they won't care. It'll be fun.
I'm not worried about the family. We all pick at one another. That's fine. I'm worried about all the other yo-yos in the stadium.
Because certainly alcohol will not take an effect on anybody's opinion if you're yelling "Go Georgia" in the stands.
Never.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. How are the Yankees supposed to do? They're supposed to be contenders, as they normally are every year. They picked up some pitching. The pitcher that they signed from the Giants, Carlos Rodon, is going to be really great if he gets better, because he's starting the year on the injury list.
Always a good place to start. Hey, yeah, but you need him for the stretch run. You don't need him to start.
That's it, man. I think we got a good team. We'll see. I'm waiting for that next World Series. It's been since 2009 since the Yankees won a World Series. But hey, look, baseball town. I'm in St. Louis. It's a huge baseball town.
Yeah, it is.
They love their sports teams here. We MLS. Let me look at the Battlehawks. We have had to open up the upper bowl of the dome for the Battlehawks. It's the best attendance of any XFL stadium out there. So they love the sports. They're hungry for football. Maybe we'll get the next expansion team, the St. Louis.
Hey, the Rams, the greatest show on turf.
That's right. 99,
98, 99, somewhere in there.
Yeah. 90. I think it was 99, because 91 was the Redskins. The Commanders.
We can say Redskins. We can say Redskins on this show.
Dude, there is a bug crawling on my ring light, and I'm going to shit myself. What is that? Oh, that's gross. I hope that don't come near me. Just stay on there.
Well, as long as they don't land in the middle of your head, we're good.
You'll know if it does, because I'm going to scream like a little girl and go running upstairs and
scream like a bitch.
water bottle, start hitting myself in the head if you see a bug laying up. Ugh, what is that? I think it might be a ladybug.
Oh, come on, man. That's a little video thing.
I can't control that son of a bitch. It's going to flap my mouth while I'm sleeping. Well, we have a ladybug problem here, which is weird. And I don't know how to get rid of them. Like you'll find them like in the windowsills, just chilling out in like the edging on the ceiling. You'll see them like just chilling out in a corner. Like I've looked up remedies. I can't figure it out. So the only thing I do is I suck them up with the vacuum, take it outside and shake them out far away from the house. Hopefully they don't come back.
Just catch them and throw them out the door. I know they're coming back because we got the same problems here. I find one or two in the house every so often.
Hi, I'm from New York City and I do not touch bugs. I won't touch a bug. I'm definitely afraid of bats and snakes. If the bat ever got in my attic, I'd burn it to the ground and collect the insurance money. I don't care.
Seriously, my wife's deathly afraid of snakes. I used to kind of be, but once you identify, I actually joined, this is weird, I joined a snake identification group because we had a bunch around my old property.
Hold on. Is this a club that gets together like?
No, it was a group on Facebook because I wanted to be able to identify snakes, and then I learned there was only 6 venomous snakes that I had to be worried about. If you can identify those 6, the rest of them are good. They get rid of rodents and everything else. So it was actually kind of informative. So I'm not definitely afraid of snakes. I was never really deathly afraid, but I kind of just scooted out of the way of them. But now they don't bother me as much.
I don't care what kind of snake it is, deadly or not. I was running. This was like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I was running. I must have run 4 miles. I was running through these trails, and there was a snake in the middle of the trail. I was like, well, I have a mile left to go before I get to my car. Ran 4 miles back to my car. I wouldn't.
Dang, come on. My wife sits there and talks about them all the time, and I'm like, look, I'll call her to the windowsill. I said, you see that lizard running across and the little chipmunk outside the window? I said, as long as they're around, you're good. You ain't got to worry about it. Now, if they ever disappear, we probably got one lurking around somewhere. So they're good rodent control.
I believe you. I don't have rodents. I just have that creepy ass ladybug crawling around the ring light up there. I want to smack the shit out of it. But you can't kill it. It's bad luck. So that's why I suck it up with a vacuum and put it out. I'm not catching that thing.
Oh, but I really expected to come on the air today, because you see did you watch it? Oh, yeah, you didn't watch any news this weekend because you were playing volleyball.
Wait. What is that? Well, yes, we did. Look, so Friday, they played until 2, but because they did so poorly, they didn't play again until 3 on Saturday. So I had 24 hours to sit in my room, and I promise you, at least 5 of those hours, I had Bloomberg TV on.
Oh, okay. So, but I thoroughly expected to come on TV and we have something about Trump being arrested or something.
That was supposed to happen today.
I know.
Did it happen?
No.
Oh,
it didn't happen.
That sucks.
Which it was a grandstanding thing anyway. I mean,
I would have loved to see it. I mean, geez Louise, it would have been amazing just to watch it. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to you can't arrest me.
But, it was kind of funny. The Secret Service said that's not happening. The U.S. Code, I think it's Section 1752 or whatever, charges the Secret Service to having to perform their duties and protect the president, ex-president, and anybody else, blah, blah. And anybody else that may cause them harm, I mean, they already told him, said, if you want to pull this stunt, that's fine. You're going to do it over Zoom. We're not coming to New York. He will not show up.
Oh, so you're saying the Secret Service said good luck arresting Donald Trump?
Yeah, pretty much.
Imagine having that level, man. I mean,
that. They said good luck. Now if they want to do it virtually, then they said you could do that, but they were not going to bring him to New York or allow him to be taken from wherever he was in Florida. Not that the DA in Manhattan or wherever he's from had that authority, because it's not a federal crime. It was a misdemeanor.
What was that I don't know. What's the crime?
Okay, I wasn't going to get into this, but we'll just go on to
just real quick, Cliff Notes version, because I know you got some other shit that you want to throw at me.
Cliff Notes version is this: he supposedly paid hush money to Stormy Daniels, who was a porn star. Hey, I'm going to pay you this money to shut up, but whatever the case may be. The problem is where it allegedly occurred in New York, and in New York, where this alleged crime took place. This is a misdemeanor, and the statute of limitations on prosecuting for this misdemeanor is 2 years. It's been 6.5 fucking years. First of all, the statute of limitations is up. And
what's the misdemeanor? Soliciting a prostitute?
No, for paying off money for paying off something. So it's it's bullshit. It's grandstanding what it is. But this DA is a Soros-backed DA, meaning George Soros funded him. If you don't know who George Soros is, I suggest you look him up. Spooky dude. We call him Spooky dude because he funds a lot of the leftist, woke, liberal. He donates money. He realized he couldn't get a lot of this stuff in at the federal level. He started backing like district attorneys, local races to try to get. That's why you see, like in San Francisco and some of these other places, some of these district attorneys won't prosecute crimes. They're funded and backed by Soros. He helped get them elected. Actually, we had one here in town. That won. He pulled some stupid shit, and then his ass got arrested by the attorney general. He ain't in office no more. But anyway, right, well, it's all a political grandstand.
I'll look up the spooky dude.
Yeah, George Soros.
All right, man. Well, let's have it. I know you got some piece of paper in front of you with some shady shit, some conspiracy ass AI robot.
No, we ain't going to AI right now because we didn't get to finish talking about. Because I learned some other shit. We didn't get to finish talking about the SVP bank and all the shit that happened last week, right? We've been talking about digital currency. They're trying to go to this, right? And do you believe that or not? Do you think they're trying to get rid of cash and trying to get us on a digital currency?
I believe, yeah, why not? I mean, that makes sense. Yes. It makes sense that they would want to do that, to get rid of, I mean, when's the last time you paid for something in cash, man?
Who, me? This morning.
Oh,
I pay for cash. Cash supports local businesses. And anyway, we won't get into all that, but I actually paid cash for something this morning.
The only thing I paid cash for was my wristband to get into the volleyball tournament because the cash line was faster. But I very rarely have cash on me.
See, I like to have some on me. Now, I'm not walking around with wads of cash, but I do pay cash a lot for what I can. Now, I get it when you go to dinner and you do a few other things, but I try to keep some cash on hand. I don't like using my card everywhere. Sorry. I don't need everybody to know where I'm swiping my Visa or MasterCard or Amex or whatever the hell I'm swiping.
Well, I use my credit card a lot because it protects me.
I get that.
But the only place
Smith & Wesson to protect you too.
Yeah, yes, it will. Yeah, the only place I use cash, they actually prefer ones. So they won't let you swipe a card down a butt crack there. You gotta stuff some ones in the G string. All right. Go ahead. Let's talk about this bank. Strippers are more fun, but let's talk about a broke.
Well,
bank.
Strippers are more fun. I definitely get the ones, but
I mean, so I've heard. My friends have told me that strippers are fun. I mean, that's from what I hear.
Yeah, it's all hearsay. All hearsay evidence, right?
It's in the same box as your food and your ammo.
Yeah, same boat. It's sinking.
The same
boat
went. Yeah,
mm-hmm. I got it. Okay. But you heard about the SVP bank that, everybody, that was the big headline news, and Joe Biden and I don't know if did you look that clip up of where he made the announcement and he looked like he was in the nursing home when he walked out?
No, but I think I've heard it several times on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I would just like to point out one thing before you continue. It's the SV Bank.
Silicon Valley Bank, SVB.
Yeah, but you keep saying SVB Bank. That's like saying ATM machine.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you very much for correcting me.
Hey, that's the only thing I got. I don't have cool news. I just have grammar mistakes. Go ahead.
Hey,
go ahead.
I'm from the South, so our grammar may be a little. We take liberties with it. SVB, B as in boy, Silicon Valley Bank. That's the one we all heard about.
Yes, the SVB. Just don't say the word bank again. That's all. You're just get me to start twitching, and this ladybug's going to take off. I'm going to shit my pants, and I'm going to go up the stairs.
How about this? The bank we all heard about that was residing in Silicon Valley.
I have a lot more words than I'd rather you say SVB Bank.
Okay, cool. Anyway,
go ahead.
So we all heard about that one, correct? And we all heard, Joe Biden coming up saying, "Hey, nothing wrong with the banking industry. We're all going to be fine." Blah 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 blah. And you know who Moody's is? Do you know who?
The Moody's Index. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, and what do?
They rate the bank's creditworthiness.
Correct. And
do they really?
Good. I'm proud of you.
Son of a bitch. That's 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, man. We are moving up on fire. He damn sure is. But
all right, go ahead.
Basically, they rate the banks. And for so long, they've stated our banking system is stable. They've rated the American banking system stable. They just downgraded it to negative. They said our banking system is now no longer stable. It is negative. They did that last week. That didn't get brought. That means we're in a deep bunch of shit. So anyway, the banking system as we know it is in a deep bunch of shit.
Okay. So then let me ask you this, though. What is that, if you know, what is that based off of? So they're saying it's negative. So what does that mean? Okay. So the banks are shit. Okay, great. Now what, if I see a negative rating on Moody's, what does that mean to me, Joe consumer, who doesn't watch the news and just goes to the bank, never actually goes to the bank ever?
Other than, really and truly, it doesn't mean shit other than you having full faith and confidence in the banking system as we know it. And even other countries, other countries would actually come and buy our treasury bonds because, they had the full belief that our banking system and our economy and everything else was really good. Well, they stopped. They started slowly receding or not buying as many as they used to where they're almost buying none now. The only one buying our bonds is fucking us. We're buying our own damn bonds.
So, right, but let me try to reword my question. So does that mean if they rated us negative, does that mean that the banks are broke or they don't have any money or they're not managing finances properly or like
all of the above?
Okay.
All of the above. So, they went to, so put it to you this way, back when, remember we had the banking issue in 2008 when Obama and them took office. So
no.
There was a banking crisis in 2008, which we had a couple other bank failures. But back then, the banks would go to, because you know how the bank works, right? The bank gets its money from the feds and then they turn around and lend it to you and me and all the other businesses or whatever to make, whatever they're going to do. And then they're charging you. Sometimes they'll buy a bond and it's got 0% interest, or the Fed may charge the bank 1% interest. Well, they turn around and charge us 4% interest. I'm just using this as a scenario.
Okay.
Right? So
that sounds awful.
It is awful. So Eric pays, I'm just making this up. Eric has a car note for $100. Eric and Jim have a car note for $100. So 100, let's say 100
car is that?
I know, a fucking electronic Matchbox car. But let's say your $600 car note, you're paying $625. At what 7% interest, whatever the case may be.
How do you know that?
What?
What my interest rate on my car loan is?
It was taking a wild guess.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Actually, my daughter's is. It was a used car, but anyway, go ahead.
Can't tell you how we know everything. Come on. But anyway, so you're paying the bank back $725. Well, the bank's they take that money in. Well, they got to turn around and pay the Fed back at 1% interest. So if they borrowed, $1,000, they got to pay them that $1,000 plus the 1% interest. Well, whatever interest they charge you is what they get to keep to do for other stuff.
Okay.
So you followed me. So
yes,
all of this system that works like this, Moody's rates that going, hey, it's good. Everything's working fine. The economy's moving along good, blah, blah, blah. So it's stable. Now they're saying it's goddamn negative. It ain't worth a shit. So
they're saying XYZ Bank has this $1,000, has $200 in interest payment coming in from the consumer that they get to go do whatever they want with, but they're like paying back debt. They're not being responsible with the money that they're making and or not making any,
or they're not getting it in, or you're pulling money out of the bank. It's just the whole structure as a whole from the way it all operates.
Okay.
And so basically it's on good level. Hell, it's like the foundation of your house. You built it on good level, solid cement or level ground, or you built it on a goddamn hill with some Matchbox sticks.
Still has ladybugs in it.
Yeah. So basically our banking system's on Matchbox sticks. So there's,
I learned in Boy Scouts, if you stack those things properly, they will hold fairly strong.
Oh, you are correct.
Until you light it.
That's what we've been doing for a while is, they've been propping this shit up. But
just plugging the holes.
Yeah, plugging. plugging the dam. I think there's some pain coming. Again, that's Tim's opinion. You don't have to agree with Tim, but I believe that we're in for a world of shit. That's why I'm kind of glad some of this is on video. So we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Who knows? But
20 years from now, some kid will be like, look at this old YouTube video, this Grumpy Old Men podcast. What are they? They predicted the future.
No,
are they still around?
Hey, exactly. At that point, I don't know, 20 years, we may be. Of course, we keep talking about some of this shit. I may not be.
Yeah, I'm going to be here. They're going to be like, this dude doesn't know anything. He's clueless. Tim's gone. But Eric's still in his basement just making up stories.
About the ladybug. But
hiding from ladybugs, yeah.
So, but inevitably, what the government wants to do is basically do away, in my opinion, and this is from everything that we're researching, they want to do away with the banking system as we know it. They want to be the bank. Well, they want the Federal Reserve to be the bank. You're going to come to them for loans. You're going to come to them for everything. We're going to guarantee it. We're going to do all that. I mean, heck, they just, everybody goes into a bank and you say, hey, you're guaranteed your deposit up $250,000 FDIC insured, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that should tell you if I got $300,000, I should move $50,000 somewhere, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
But see, they don't do that shit. They're just coming in and fucking, hey, Eric had $1 million. You're a big investor in that bank. So guess what, Eric? We're going to make sure you get your $1 million back, which is source shit. Where are we? They just going to shit the money, or they going to print it, or what?
If it's digital currency, they just transfer it into my account.
Well, exactly. Exactly. But they want these banks to fail. I mean, the UCC. You know what the UCC is? Universal Commercial Codes.
I do now. You didn't even give me a chance to respond with, I have no idea. You already knew the answer. That's why you didn't even give me a second to respond. What? Say that again.
UCC. Universal Commercial Codes.
Universal Commercial Codes. Okay, go ahead. I don't know what that is, but you're going to tell me.
That's basically a part of the government that, hey, make sure that businesses and everything's on the up and up. They define what money is. They define all this other shit. Well, they're writing new codes to redefine what money is, basically to what the fuck they say it is in digital. They're actually doing this now. It is coming out, and it differentiates from cryptocurrency. Digital currency is going to be different than crypto, and they actually are writing these codes out because they don't want any competition. They want zero. I mean,
so instead of going to the Bank of America for a home loan, I'm going to go to the Bank of the U.S.
Well, yeah, but correct was what it's going to have to, because they're going to swallow up all these community banks, everything into the Big Six, which is basically because the Federal Reserve runs the Big Six. J.P. Morgan, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and all those. The Big Six major banks. I want to
know the other three.
So, look up the Big Six banks.
Oh, fuck.
Which brings me, you going to look it up?
Yeah, while you're talking, go ahead.
Okay. J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. I think it's Citigroup.
Yep, keep going. You're missing 4. Wait.
There's 8. There's really 6. They may say 8, but some of them are.
Largest banks in U.S. there are.
What's the 6 major banks?
All right, what's number 1?
I'm going to say J.P. Morgan Chase.
Correct. What is number 2?
Either Wells Fargo or Bank of America.
Bank of America. Wells Fargo is 4. What is 3?
Citigroup.
Yes. Good. Very good. What is number 5? 5 and 6 you had not said out loud, I don't think.
I know. I don't think I have either, because I forgot them, because I'm trying to do them off the top of my head. Did I say? Well, I already said Wells Fargo, right?
You did. That was 4. So J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, then Wells Fargo, and you're just missing 2 of these top 6. I don't even know. This list is on Wikipedia. It could be.
If it's on the internet, it's correct.
Hold on, let me go to Bank Rate. Yeah, it's the same list. All right. Oh, no, it's a different list. So this is from bankrate.com. I believe them more than I do Wikipedia. So number 1, J.P. Morgan still. 2, Bank of America. 3, Citigroup. 4, Wells Fargo. 5 is different. The 5 and 6 are different on this one. 5 is U.S. Bank Corp. And 6 is, oh shit, I closed. J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank Corp, and then PNC Financial.
Okay.
Those are your top 6.
Anyway, which brings me to this, the UCC. So you heard about SVB. I said that correctly.
Thank you. Thank you for not saying bank again. Yeah,
you're correctly. But Did you know that was not the first bank to close, to have a problem, to go under?
Well,
I'm not talking about
I know of local banks here that have failed and gone under.
I'm not talking about in past and all this other time. I'm talking about this during this crisis, which they were talking about last Friday. They were all talking about SVB. What was the first one that started the domino? There's actually two. There was actually four, but there's really two that are really interesting to me.
This year, like right before SVB.
Yeah, SVB. What? There was one that closed on Wednesday.
Signature Bank.
Silvergate. Well, Signature, but we're going to talk about that one in a minute.
So Silicon was first, and then Signature.
Okay, Signature was on Sunday. We'll get to that. We'll get that one on. We'll get to that one in a minute. But Silvergate on Wednesday, SVB was all over the news last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Silvergate Bank on Wednesday, prior to that Friday, came out with an announcement that said, and this was their quote, right? It said, in light of recent industry developments and regulatory issues, Silvergate believes that winding down and liquidation of assets is the best path forward for us and our shareholders. So basically, Silvergate Bank said bye because of the regulatory issues. Okay. And who makes the regulatory issues? The government. And also, you just said the other bank. What was the other bank on Sunday?
Signature.
Right. But if you do a deep dive into Signature Bank, they actually weathered the storm because this was Sunday, and their board of directors were going like, hey, what are y'all doing shutting us down? We're going to be fine. We're good. And Fed was like, nope, you got to go. Take a wild guess what these two major banks were dabbled in. What their major, without looking it up, because I see you reading shit.
I was trying to find this stupid tab again because I had the tab open. I was looking at the bank list, but I couldn't. I kept closing this window and reopening it. But it's got to be crypto, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
These are the two major banks that deal with cryptocurrency. This is so Bitcoin
in the U.S. or in the world?
In the U.S. and the ones over here. We ain't talking about Norway and Sweden and all. I'm talking about in the United States.
I don't know what that is.
So if you dealt in Bitcoin, you dealt in Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, all of those cryptocurrencies, these were the two major banks that you dealt with. They would do loans on and everything. The Fed said you got to go. They're getting rid of the competition.
So has it affected like the crypto market?
A little bit. I mean, I don't have that much crypto. I've got a little bit crypto. Sad story in my life. 10 years ago, at that time, it was 2010, 2011. My at then 10 or 11-year-old son, I kid you not, walked into my room and said, "Dad, do you got $1,000?" And I said, "Yeah, what do you need $1,000 for?" He said, "I want to invest in something." I thought, shit, that's a noble idea. What you going to invest in? He said, "There's this thing out called Bitcoin."
Oh, gosh.
And he went on, and he went on to explain what Bitcoin was. Of course, my dumb ass, not being tech savvy, he was like, and he explained all this to a T. He tells me every day, "Don't you wish you'd have listened to him?" Because I told him to get the hell out of my room. I wasn't giving him $1,000, doing invest in Bitcoin, back in 2010. So yes, you can kick me in the butt now.
Let's just go ahead and see what that loss was.
Oh, I can
Bitcoin
already tell. I can already tell you.
It was. Oh. Hold on.
Yeah. You want to know? You can. You want to know?
Yeah, tell me. Wait, here it is.
So,
how much did one Bitcoin cost in 2010? So it was 0.0008.
So let me put it to you this way. About 7 months ago, I saw a little article that said that if you'd invested $100 back in 2010 and left it alone, you'd have almost $8 billion.
Yeah. So times, what's today's price? 28,000. That's 33 billion.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be fucking exactly. I cry every fucking day.
You wouldn't be sitting on some shitty ass podcast.
I wouldn't be sitting on the podcast with you, going, what the hell we do? I don't know. I may be doing it on my yacht somewhere, but yeah. That's
maybe. Yeah. Well, you'd have a lot more interest in crypto. That's for sure.
Man.
Cash it and run.
That hurts my heart. Yes, he did. He asked me that as a 10-year-old, and he was dead serious. He tells me every day,
You probably heard from a teacher or something like that and started researching you can.
No, he didn't heard it from a teacher. He was homeschooled. He researched it himself because he builds computers and does cybersecurity and shit now. So
okay.
He's a smart one of the family. I'm just not sure where he came from because he wasn't from me.
Yeah. I wonder that every day. Like when my kids are successful, I'm like, I don't know how you pull that off, but God love them because their mothers are not going to be. Anyway.
I just find it very damn interesting that, the media is not talking about this. And they're not saying a damn word about this, but, the two major banks that dealt with crypto are also now out of the picture over here, and what's your thought? You was fitting to say something.
No, I was taking a deep breath, waiting for you to say some more bullshit so I can refute it. Go ahead, keep going. This is fun. Although I haven't had to refute anything. I mean, these are all facts, and this is all. But again, at the end of the day, I don't have a lot of money in crypto, so I don't give a shit. If they want to switch to digital currency, fine. Just tell me where my Bank of the USA branch is that I have to go into.
It's not the problem that they want to switch to digital currency. It's how they're going to use it. I am thoroughly convinced, and I thoroughly believe that they will, like we discussed on the last, they will use it to control you because they have an agenda that they're pushing. And let me be very clear. I ain't a damn Republican or a Democrat or whatever. All I want is somebody that supports the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and allows me the damn freedoms to do what I want to do as long as I'm operating within the law. Because we're not a damn democracy. We're a republic.
Well, switching to digital currency will eliminate cocaine use.
No, well, they just had some old dollar.
Hard to snort coke through a digital $100 bill. That's for sure.
All of them will have someone old hundreds rolled up.
They'll find a way.
They'll figure out something.
Yeah, they'll be using biodegradable straws because it's better for the environment.
Oh, exactly. I mean, it's better for the environment.
Stir sticks from Starbucks.
So and even Janet Yellen, who is do you know who that is?
Nope. Absolutely not. Wait, let me guess. Let me just take a stab in the dark. Janet Yellen.
Yellen. Yellan. Look at him. I love when you're looking at the screen.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, so I'm not looking at Google.
Okay.
I don't have my hands are here. I'm not touching the keyboard. Is going to be the head of the FTC.
No, you're close. She's Biden's Treasury Secretary. She's the secretary.
That's what I saw in the news. I just didn't remember her name. That sucks.
Exactly.
All right, go ahead.
But she was actually before Congress the other day, and they were grilling her, of course, about these questions. One senator from Oklahoma was asking her, so basically y'all just, bailed out this bank. You're making sure all the people that had their money in there is going to get their money back, even above $250,000. And she was like, yes. And he said, well, what about, so what you're telling me is moving forward, you're going to do this for community banks, so if a community small bank in Oklahoma, goes under, whatever, because y'all going to insure even if they're above $250,000. And she was like, no, that doesn't mean that. Who we bail out is decided by, it's a super majority decided by the board and her and the administration. So basically, if you're too big to fail, we'll let you fail. But if you're not too big to fail, we don't give a damn, which is horse shit. If you got above two, that's horse shit.
That is because, I'm sorry.
And just so you know, I'm not kidding. Since you're in front of the computer, look up Fed now. Just type in Fed now. FEDNOW.
All right. While I'm doing this, I wanted to say, I was going to say something, but immediately in my head, that felt like I was going to offend you. But I'm going to.
No, you ain't going to offend me with a shit.
Fed now?
Yeah.
Right. So she's saying that, Billy Bob down the street, farmer who's got $1.2 million in assets lined up in the bank isn't going to get his shit back because they didn't decide that they were going to help Fed.
Correct. Pretty much.
Fed Now service, Federal Reserve. The Fed Now service will provide a liquidity management tool to support instant payment services. A tool will enable participants in the Fed Now. Hold on.
So on I'm gonna give you a homework assignment when you're not doing anything, which so click on a couple of those videos and because it talks about how the Fed's going to, hey, people want their money now. They don't have to wait on the banks, blah, 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 blah. Basically, they started doing some of this that, to start saying, hey, the Fed's going to be the bank. But the funny is some of those videos were done in 2000, 2001.
Kind of like when they see our podcast in 20 years and
exactly.
Like we're going to be the Simpsons of 2055. Like, oh my gosh, they keep predicting all these things that are happening.
So, well, I'm just getting some of the same information some of these other guys are doing too. So it was funny.
But the difference is you're saying it out loud. They're hiding it in their back pocket, just hoping it doesn't happen.
Well, I did feel good the other day when I sent you that clip. For those of you who don't know, I sent Eric a clip from the Dan Bongino show, the podcast, and they were talking about something that we had talked about 2 weeks prior. So, I did feel, hey, we're doing something right.
Hey, it's happening. Look, can you use your time machine for good? Go get the Powerball numbers and come back with those, man, please.
Shit, if I could, I would be, I'd be gone tomorrow.
Next week's episode coming to you live from our 32-foot super yacht down in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Well, you said you're going to Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Florida.
All right. When's that happening?
In the end of April, towards the end of April, like the last week.
Right. So the end of April, we're going to harp on Florida. We're going to make fun of Florida. We're going to tear it apart. We're going to take a break from all the rain clouds and the thunderstorms. And we're just going to, people know what Florida's all about.
Hey, I like Florida. They got a great governor, in my opinion.
Hey, anyway, but I've been to Florida like a handful of times in my life. Our senior class trip was to Disney. We rented it out overnight with 6 other high schools. So like we just had the whole park to ourselves.
Wow. That must have took some money.
So having grown up in New York.
But that was back in 1915, so it probably didn't cost a whole lot, right?
It was 90. What year was that? 93, 94. 94. Yeah. It was definitely 94. And then 95, I was stationed in Italy for 4 years. How life changes.
Then you make it to Amsterdam in the red light district, so your life changed forever.
Never been there, man. I did go to the Real Oktoberfest in Munich. That was freaking hilarious because there's a roller coaster there. And what do you put in a big, giant park filled with people drinking and eating all day? A roller coaster. You can literally see the vomit flying off the roller coaster. Like,
I hope they had a lot of trash cans.
Yeah, you get on the roller coaster, you're sitting in vomit. And then you just drink all day, you eat all day, and then you pass out in an alley on top of your buddies, wake up and to do it all over again for a few days. It's awesome. But anyway, Holy shit, look at that. 37 minutes already, man.
So, hey, y'all make sure y'all click that subscribe button. You hit the like button, because that all rolls back into YouTube's algorithm, even though.
Yeah. And if you have something else you want us to talk about, Twitter, the handles are probably right here.
And above your head, above our heads.
Well, that's on the TikToks and stuff. On YouTube, they're just here. They're in the banner. They're everywhere. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter,
Facebook Reels.
Yeah, so we're everywhere. So check us out. Sometimes funny, sometimes depressing. But anyway, yeah, we're here. Let us know what you want to talk about. Shit, send us an email. Send us you can't send us a letter. Don't do that. But yeah, shoot us an email, info@grumpyoldmen.com. That's also probably right here. But yeah, we're open for suggestions. We're always looking for something to, if you got a conspiracy theory that you believe to be true, Tim wants to talk about it.
Yeah, I want to hear from. I definitely want to talk about it. So if anybody out there has a conspiracy theory that they believe to be true, please email us and we will discuss it. Heck, you never even know if it's good. We might even get you on the show.
Oh yeah, we'll get you live on here to argue that shit, and I will sit over here and tell you how much I don't know, and it'll just be a fun time. But
yes,
yeah, if you want to appear on our show, just let us know. We'll send you a link. You can come on. You can talk about whatever it is you want. We don't care. You can curse, swear. You could just don't do anything that'll get us kicked off the air. That's all. But anyway, all right, brother. Well, look. Hey, as usual, great time. We will be back next week. Anything else before we go today, man?
Oh, no. I'm good. Everybody enjoy. I'm still waiting for you. One day I want to do a show of rainbows. I'm going to let Eric do a show of rainbows and Skittles and unicorns and taste the rainbow.
Love Skittles. They're all the same flavor. Do you know that? They're all the same flavor.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh.
My daughter will dispute that, but they are all the same flavor, I think. Or maybe it's Fruit Loops.
Hey, I'm going to get your daughter on here one day. She said she wants to be on here one day with conspiracy theories.
Oh, Destiny. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'll figure out probably when school's done, because she's subbing at this school downtown as a favor. But once school's out, middle of May, she'll come on here any day of the week. I'll let her and her roommate get on here and just yammer on for a solid. They're going to bring some shit.
Okay, cool.
They're gonna bring some heat, boy. We're gonna have a good. That might be our longest episode ever. But look forward to next week. We got the World Baseball Classic finalists tonight. USA and China.
Okay, who you got in March Madness? Who's gonna win?
I don't even know anymore. Gosh, I don't even know. I don't know who's left. I know who is not left because I keep getting the things about the upsets.
Yeah.
March Madness. Let's see who's left. Let me look. The Yankees won today. Check that out. Knicks legend Hall of Famer center Willis Reed dies at the age of 80. Well, that's sad. All right. NCAA men's basketball. Here we go. We got Michigan State, Kansas State, Arkansas, UConn, FAU, Tennessee, Gonzaga, UCLA. And we also have San Diego State, Alabama. Miami, Houston, Princeton, Creighton. All right. I'm going to make 2 picks and you make 2.
Okay.
All right. So no, give me because this will happen before our next podcast. So give me.
No, the Final Four will happen before our next podcast. Because after they play this weekend, it'll be the final. Right now, they're down to 16.
Correct. So Thursday and Friday they play. And I don't know when the final.
Yeah, they play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So after this weekend's games, they'll be down to 4, and then the following weekend will be.
No, they'll be down to 8. It'll be the Elite 8, and then they do the Final 4. So they do the 16.
No, the Elite 8 will be this weekend.
Right. So right now they're going to do it. They're the Sweet 16. They're going to dwindle down to the Elite 8, and then next weekend they'll play for the championship, the Final 4, and the championship game. Right?
Correct. The championship game will be that. But the championship game is always the Monday, the week of the Masters. It always works out that way. So basically, after this weekend is done, you will be down to 4 teams.
Correct. Right. So what I'm saying is what is the team? Pick one team that's coming. That'll be in the Elite 8, and one team that's going to be out.
Oh, I think Alabama's going to be in the Elite 8.
I would agree, but I'm going to say Houston.
Yeah, I would agree with that too.
And I think, Princeton's kind of an easy target to get beat by Creighton, but I'm going to not take Princeton, and I'm going to take, you know what? I'm going to take UConn leaving against Arkansas. I'm going to say Arkansas is going to beat UConn. I'm going to go out on a limb.
I think they probably will. I would
Michigan
like to see
State
that.
might also beat Kansas State.
True. Tom Izzo's pretty good. We'll see.
All right, we'll see, man. So we'll catch up.
Okay, so basically, though, what's your Final 4 teams? Because next weekend the Final 4 will be played. So
so Final 4, I'm going to give you Michigan State, Arkansas, 2 upsets, Tennessee. No, that's not right. Hold on.
I can't see.
Okay, I think Alabama will be in the Final 4. I think Houston will be in the Final 4. I think Gonzaga will be in the Final 4, and Michigan State. So Michigan State, Gonzaga, Alabama, Houston.
Okay, see, I'm not looking at the brackets. I got to see how they.
I just looked on ESPN at the schedule. That's all I did.
Yeah, but you got to look at how they bracket and break up. So I'm going to go.
That's true. I could have picked 2. I could have picked some impossible shit.
You could have picked 2. So I'm going to say coming out of the Midwest is going to be Houston. So that's 1.
I picked Houston, yes.
I'm going to say coming out of the South is going to be Alabama.
Correct. I like that.
Okay. I'm going to say coming out of the Midwest, I kind of like. I don't know if that's Texas or no. Houston's coming out of the Midwest. I'm sorry. So I'm going to take. I'm like you. I'm going to take Michigan State. I think Michigan State's going to come out of the East.
Okay, and then the West.
Them or Tennessee, UCLA.
Really, over Gonzaga, huh?
Yep.
I'm taking Gonzaga. So that'll be the one that Gonzaga and UCLA will be the deciding factor of how awful our Final Four is.
Yeah, I'm going to take UCLA, and I mean, I'm a little worried Tennessee could pull that one, but anyway, I'm going to go with Michigan State. I'm a little nervous about Tennessee.
We will see what happens, and then I am going to take. I don't want to, but I really think China's going to beat the U.S. tonight in the World Baseball Classic. But we'll see. Surprise me. Please surprise me.
Yeah, hope you're right. Well, China's kicking our ass and a whole bunch of other stuff. They got all the meds.
It's Japan.
And
Sorry, it's Japan.
Oh,
I misspoke. Okay. Look, I'm not racist, but they're all the same. Okay, so here we go. We're going to...
Okay, gotta go. See you everybody next week.
Time to cut this off. All right, yeah, Tim, I'll see you next week, brother. We'll see how we did in our Final Four picks. Again, everybody out there, you got something you want to talk about, you want to come on the show, let us know. We'll let you in.
Yep.
But Tim, until next week, my brother, great seeing you as always.
You too.
See you next
Take
week.
care.
All right, bye.